What up, YouTube? Back at it again. Good morning. Well, don't I feel blessed? I actually didn't get a notification and didn't see that that this was dropping, nor did I know. And this is a title track off the album, right? Am I wrong? No, I think I'm right. Regardless, I have lyrics pulled up. You guys, hold on. Do I have lyrics pulled up? Okay, I do. So you guys know how I feel about NMIXX. NMIXX is fantastic. They again, it's we have like groups. We got a lot of groups, and we have like super groups. This is one of those. And yes, I do have a bias. You guys already know. I've made it very clear over all of my videos. But honestly, it's close. They're all so good. This is called HeavySerenade. Why is this not going away? Usually my menu goes away. What is happening? No, don't play the song. I didn't say to do that. We good? Thank you. Make sure you go support NMIXX. Make sure you go like, go subscribe. Love to have you guys here as well. Make sure you also like and subscribe. I appreciate that very much. It does help the channel. Also, if you want me to check anything out, the best way to get me will always be on Patreon, because I literally get notifications to my phone, wherever it is, right away. It'll say John or Jan has messaged you this, and we'll just, we can handle it right away. Although I do read all my comments, and YouTube loves, the algorithm loves comments, so definitely drops the comments, and I do read them all. If you notice, I usually reply in some form. So anyways, HeavySerenade sounds like a love song, and that's, I don't know where this was shot. Could probably figure it out. Let's just dive in. I'll try to get you guys subtitles if there are some, in case it's not in my language.
어린 마음속 헤매던 cosmos 터진 눈물 잃어버린 color. But I'm with you every day and night. 모든 별을 안고서 keep dreaming. 날 깨뜨려서 만들래 단 하나뿐인 bookend glass serenade. 색깔로도 모았대 하수 아래서 take my hands. 시들지 않은 꿈에 널 데려가고 있잖아.
Hold on, who was that? It was, they're showing a bunch of different, like when Bae was singing, they showing Lily, and like was that Hey Wan that was going with like the crazy transitions there? That was wild. This is all right. This is already really beautiful. I might just watch the video, honestly. I might not. Usually I try to break down lyrics because no, it's not in my language, but most of it. Yeah, that was Hey Wan. So you, everybody. Yo, the duality here of like, so obviously this is, this is a not even just like a love song. This is like a deep rooted, like I love the, like, they're using these very natural sort of nature based references, right? Blooming like a flower. Hold on a sec. See, this is what I do. I look at the petals, be my light, bouquet. So there's a lot of floral kind of context here. Childish Heart, like the cosmos, and a lot of like your extra universe context with the cosmos, and it's almost like it's almost like this, a poem wrote in rodent. It's not even a word. That sounds like a rodent. Written for somebody that has like it's beyond like we're past puppy crush, we're past initial love stage, we're past honeymoon stage. Now we're like in this like cosmic and eternal devotion stage. Um and when everything that you see in nature sort of reminds you of this, and blooming obviously is an expression of growth, which is interesting. The bouquet representation, also a very poignant line. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that Lily had her hands on these lyrics. That's my bias, by the way. I pay attention to when she writes, but anyways, we'll keep it going here.
Pull up, I can't breathe. I'm ready to make it. 나의 숨결에 그냥 말들이 넘쳐. 너는 모르가 나를 웃게 하는 춤이 round and round. 서로 가득 채울 품은지 어디까지 남기고 싶지 않은 공간은 zoom zoom zoom. I'll just you.
Dude, I didn't even know that this song needed a rap verse. But here we go. Hold on a second. I need to run back. Yeah, I was gonna say this earlier with Jiwoo. Sometimes she's my favorite in songs. So it's very strange, but
나의 숨결에 그냥 말들이 넘쳐. 너는 모르가 나를 웃게 하는 춤이 round and round. 서로 가득 채울 품은지 어디까지 남기고 싶지 않은 공간은 zoom zoom zoom. I'll just you. 지구를 벗어나도 다시 피어나.
and that transition right to is that Soyoon, right? Just it's kind of this crazy kind of which is interesting because it shows like the duality of what we're talking about here. There is like intense moments which Jiwoo just showed you, and then like right into something a little bit softer with Soyoon.
거진 심장 소리 들어봐. 영원히 기억될 이 순간. 가사가 된 꽃잎들을 봐. 이미 넌 불러본 멜로디. Elevate it right. I don't doubt it. Be my life. Be my life. Now then, very perfect. You were perfect, baby. Very perfect.
See, with Kyujin, she hits places that like you, and I've said this before, like it's tough to get to, and it adds like they're different layers that they can add to a song with their talents is wild.
Then I realized 모든 꿈은 너야. It's time to get you, so I run. 거진 심장 소리 들어봐. 영원히 기억될 이 순간. 가사가 된 노래들을 봐. 이미 넌 불러본 멜로디. Elevate it right. I don't doubt it. Be my life. Be my life. Now then, they're perfect. You're perfect, baby. They're perfect. Can you hold me?
Excuse what I said. Haewon can hit the exact same place.
They're perfect. Can you hold me? We're perfect. Yeah, we're perfect, baby. We're perfect. Can you hold me?
I feel like there's always teasers. Uh, they do that often. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. You know what though? Like, and weirdly, like, and I read it too. Like, they get like certain hate for like doing things a certain way or not doing things a certain way. But like, I kind of like, I kind of love that they're sort of like, what was the last song that they did? That I think Lily wrote the entirety of it, but I loved it. and I like I was reading some of my comments, which I do by the way, do. Um, and some people like just did not like it at all. And that's kind of like, I thought about that, and I was like, all right, well, I kind of dig that they're sort of just unapologetically doing their own thing without really caring what, and no offense, what y'all think or what I think, or I think that's what you could find many different styles of music in this group. You want rappers, we can do that. You want just crazy vocals layered and harmonies, we got that in spades. You want something that's going to touch your heart and rip it out, and make you think for a while, and we got that too. You want something that's just, you just kind of stare at it, and your jaw dropped, and you just kind of watch, and they didn't even, honestly, they didn't even do like, this wasn't, I mean, a lot of these groups, they'll spend so much money on videos. I mean, not them, the label, obviously, but just in doing something crazy. This wasn't like super far fetched, or like they didn't. Even though we're talking about like a lot of this is cosmic driven, and like you could get crazy with some CGI with some of the things that they were saying, but or some AI or whatever the eyes are now. But what I'm saying is, like, they don't really need that, because they kind of just show up vocally and lyrically, and that's kind of all that you really ask, right? Anyways, that was in mix. Heavy Serenade. And that's another thing too. Like, heavy is usually like, there could be like a negative connotation to the word heavy, unless you're like in a Back to the Future movie, in which heavy is like, oh man, that's like deep, that's weighted. That's kind of where they're going with this. It's not like heavy like, oh man, this is too much. It's like heavy like, this is deep, this is beyond the universal recognition, so we have to go extra universal into the cosmos to figure it out. And the closest thing that we can find to us, for me to describe what this is the growth of a flower, right? Which is really interesting. But and it dumbs it down to a point that makes sense to people, so it's understandable. But anyways, go support NMIXX, please. Go like, go subscribe. Of course, love to have you guys here as well. If you could, make sure you smash that like, make sure you're subscribed. I appreciate it very much. It does help the channel. If you want me to check something out, by the way, best way to get me is on Patreon, but definitely drop some comments down below. Have a wonderful rest of your week. We'll talk to you on the next.